Hello, my name's Curtis Storr. I'm a trainer with Family Investor. I'm a real estate investor and a financier, which is a nice title that says I'm good with math. I'm going to be doing a training today, and it's about investments. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to use the 401k versus another product that the wealthy uses called the Vault. I'm just giving it that name. But basically, since our goal here at Family Investor is to keep things really simple, because even if you're still in high school, I want you to be able to watch these trainings and be able to understand and apply this to your financial decisions in the future. I really wish I knew all this stuff when I was in high school. I mean, that would be great. So basically, a 401k, in case you don't know, is a retirement vehicle. Social Security is another one, but a lot of people believe that's going to fail unless they do something quickly. But a 401k is a retirement vehicle that you can put money into that you usually get through an employer. And when the employer has a retirement account, they will, after a certain period of time, set you down, say, okay, now you're vested is the word, so now you qualify to sign up for your 401k. And a lot of us get really excited, and we do it because everybody else is doing it. We're told that's what you got to do for your retirement. And hopefully this video is going to open your eyes to how things work so you can make a better decision here. Your 401k, once you pick one, usually, and let me explain. There's usually what they put you into is called a traditional 401k. And a traditional 401k, what that is you don't pay taxes now, but when you take your money out at retirement, you have to pay taxes then. And the concept is that you'll be in a lower tax bracket when you retire. That's not true for many people, because if you're working minimum wage job now, hopefully by retirement you're worked your way up the corporate ladder, or you're making a lot more than minimum wage. I hope. But that's not what this is about. I'm not going to go into all those details. That's what we do in our full trainings. This is just to get the concept or open your eyes to how things work. The 401k, you're allowed to put it in different buckets. It's usually based on some index in the stock market, whether mutual funds, the S&P. Same with the Vault. But the Vault is more like the other 401k called a Roth. A Roth works after tax money. So you earn your money, you pay your taxes, and then you put money into your Roth. And so since you pay taxes up front, later on when you retire and take your disbursements, you don't pay taxes on any of that. That's how the Vault works. It's more like the Roth. And there's one big difference, and this is why the wealthy use the Vault. I mean, they have retirement accounts too, but they're a little bit different than what you're signing up for here. But once again, that's something I'll go into depth in our trainings. The Vault, when the index or the stock market drops below zero, because you see it all the time on TV where the stock market goes up, the stock market goes down. But when the stock market goes below zero, the Vault stops at zero. There's the other side to that though. Their agreement is, okay, if we don't go below zero, we're not going to go above, let's pick a number, 15%. There are vaults out there that'll cap, it's called cap out at 15%. That's the most they'll give you. And you'll see it in one of my other graphs here that, the stock market does go up to 28%, 25%. But let me show you, that doesn't matter. Okay, so here we have my spreadsheet, and you're looking at the spreadsheet now. You'll see in the return column, and let's start off on a positive note. We're going to make 10% in our first year. And if you look over at the graph to the right here, you're going to see there's no blue line, which represents the 401k, and that's because it's underneath the orange one. So It'll pop out here in a second. But I want you to go back to the numbers and look at the numbers over here. You're going to see that both the vault and your 401k are at $55,000. Good year. We're going to have a bad year. We're going to go down exactly the same amount. It doesn't always do this, but this is just to get the point across. And you'll see when I finish this training, you'll see what the point I'm trying to get across here. Okay, so you have a negative year. Look at that. To the left, you'll see 49. Now you see your blue line over to the right on the graph. But look at the numbers. Even though you went up to 55,000 in your first year, the second year you're at 49,500, and you're going, wow, that's crazy. I made 10% and lost 10%, and I have less now. That's how it works, because you lost 10% on the 55. The vault lost nothing, because that's the agreement they have with you. That product, they say, okay, we'll stop at 0. We won't take away your principal amount, which your principal is 55 here, it went up to 55 here, but now your principal amount after a negative year in your 401k is dropped, but not in your vault. Okay, just to jump forward 24 years, I have this other graph here, which it went up, down, every year, and you could see over on the graph how it goes up and down, but if you look to the far right, you're going to see that, oh my gosh, that's lower than where I started. So you come over here and look at the numbers. Yeah, you're a little bit below 50,000. 24 years later, you haven't been putting money into it, because this is just to show you what happens when if you have 50,000 in it to start, what happens after 24 years with that money. In the vault, you're at 156, almost 157. $157,000 from $50,000. That's because you never hit negative. And some of you are saying, well, that the stock market sometimes goes up higher. Well, that's my third graph. I've taken actual numbers here from 2000 to 2010. And they're in the blue. I highlighted them. Then I repeated them for another 10 years so I can get a 20-year graph, which will be close to the 24-year graph that I did before. And you'll see that if you're looking at the graph, it does the same thing. And if you look at the bottom here, you're gonna see you're down at 31,000 there, and you're at 195 for the vault. And even though you could say, well, how do we know I don't know what it's going to do in the next 10 years. This is just for training. But if you look up here at actual numbers, you're at 39,441 versus 98,867 on the vault. And that's because it doesn't ever go negative. And I'll go into that a little bit more and open your eyes. A lot of you might have caught that the first 3 years here were all negative years. And you're going, well, that's not fair. My 401k took a huge hit in those first 3 years. No wonder it's going down. But look at that, 28% here, right? And 25% here. Still the vault, I didn't earn that much. Otherwise, it would be a lot higher, because it has a cap. Remember, I told you it caps out, so it doesn't, you only get a maximum of 15%. Let's go with that. Okay, now I want to take you back to this graph and show you that the positive years in a 401k can really not matter. I mean, I'm going to make the first 3 years positive by changing that one. 10%, 10%. You'll see the line. They're on top of each other. They're performing perfectly the same. Let's do another year on the positive. Once again, they're going up equally. But look what happens here. The first time you take a negative hit, it drops below. That's the key. That's what I want you to learn in today's training, is that as soon as you have a negative return, it's hard to recover. Even if, and this is not how the stock market works, but even if you have a great year here, 30%, and obviously I'm going to have to change the number over here because the vault caps out at 15%, so that would be 115% it'll go up. Okay, now you're going, now look at that. Look at that, my 401k did better. But look what happens later when it goes down and down and down and down. You're still, if you look at the numbers after 24 years, you're still at 106 here, but you're at 218. Let me ask you, which product do you want? Are you kidding me? And I just want to show you here that even if, let's say we have another good year, 20% here. Uh-oh. Put that in the wrong spot. 20% here. And max at 15% over here, so I only go up 115%. See, as soon as you, look at that, as soon as you start going in the negative direction, we're about even, but look, then it catches up. Let me ask you, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 years, 10, only one bad year out of 10. And if you look at actual numbers, you have, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 bad years. It's how the stock market cycles. It's how all those indexes, they go up, they go down. The thing is, plugging into a product that when this index goes down, it doesn't. Well, I thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this training. And what I'd like you to do right now is, if you're not already on our blog page, go to familyinvestor.net to the blog page and sign up, put your name and email address in there so you could get future trainings and postings that I do on the blog and open your eyes to these different investments. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed this training.